Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper right hand corner, we have Jess, winner of game one. Is the purple Protoss. Nice, or sorry, bottom right hand corner. Purple Protoss. It's weird. Okay, yeah, I can float up. See that that's not an edge. Winning game one through some patience and macro-oriented play. And that goes to show when you don't panic, when you analyze the situation, you can still pull out matches like that. Hoender, bottom left hand corner. As this, I'm going to just state it. I don't like this color. It's not quite yellow. It's like yellowish green. Don't like it. Hoender as the yellow Protoss. This is on Polypoid, 4-player map, more macro-oriented. The opportunity to have lack of scout opens up a lot of opportunity for cheese and things like this. Polypoid's almost become... I feel like the map pool recently, I'm not sure the reasoning behind it, but there's been less like kind of crazy, interesting maps. Like, I feel like whenever the pro leagues out there, they have kind of a variety of maps that kind of throw out there, right? And oftentimes what it would be like a macro-oriented map, a micro-oriented map, and a lot of maps where you can just do weird, that you're trying like out weird, interesting concepts, like Sparkle, like, can't remember the name of it, the map where you had like the cloaked lurker eggs, something along those lines. I think Monte Carlo was the hallmark of that sort of thing. I think Silver ended up winning his MSL basically on Monte Carlo alone. Gateway plopped down here for Jess, alongside base. Gateway up there in the upper corner for Hoender. Both players scouting, and I think both players are going to end up scouting each other last because you have Jess who is scouting counterclockwise while Hoender, you do this right, I'm adding an L, Hoender is scouting clockwise. So they're going to come across each other's base last. But it is mirror builds at this stage, which I think what we're going to end up seeing is maybe 2 gate or 1 gate into Robo for both players with observers. At least that's the way it's looking at this stage. But anyway, but it feels like in the recent overall map poolage that the Koreans have been producing, it's just been a lot of high quality fighting spirit, Python, what are the other perennial maps that people have played forever? Polypoid, it feels like one of these maps that's going to be around forever, if that makes any sense. One of those solid maps that's fairly balanced, that it's just a straight, you know, player versus player, macro-oriented fest. Good map. Pylon being plopped down. And I love these pylons in the back mineral lines, just in case the probe tries to cycle. Also having the tech up here, because in case the probe tries to escape down here, they can sometimes get themselves trapped. And then you get a free probe kill and get rid of that scout. Both players are sitting in macroing. I do want to give the shout-outs in the meantime to, first of all, the Twitch viewers that are out in chat watching this live. I am casting this live. Typically, I'm trying to do so Tuesdays and Thursdays, by the way. Had Ball, actually, in the chat. I haven't seen him like really kick up here and there since. Had to do a recast, the initial 3 games here, which I think I mentioned here and there. Cybernetics core is not spinning critically for Hoender. So a little bit, well, not gonna, now it's spinning. Gonna be delayed, though, comparatively. No additional, again, we're seeing just the single gateway from both players. Probe sitting outside this natural because I think, yeah, the Zealot was able to be established. That is gonna be a critical thing. The Zealot was skipped for Jess. So Jess is gonna have a superior Dragoon count, is gonna be able to skip that Zealot. Going Citadel of Adun, I take it back. And that Probe is gonna have to back off for Jess. So Jess going for early DT. And I think she was doing that, seeing interesting. We'll see how this plays out. Going for an early DT build, a second Zealot moving the way across. Jess does have this ramp blocked. He's going to have 2 Dragoons, so that Zealot's not going to be able to get anything accomplished. So the question, this is a build order win if Hoender right now plops down his robotics facility rather than additional Nexus or rather than additional gateways. This is a big risk on Jess's side. The one thing that DTs do give you regardless is a degree of map control. There's the Templar Archives warping in and actually doing it very rapidly, not even getting a second gateway. Yeah, there's the Robo. So if we see the Robo plus Observatory, that will be that. If we see the Robo plus the Reaver Tech, could see a win opposite side. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. We'll see. And even if you get the Observer, that's the other thing with the Invisible Men. Even if you get the Observer, that's not a guaranteed victory. Or Observer, yeah, it's not a guaranteed victory over DTs. Because oftentimes what can happen is you get the robotic facility, you get the Observer, and still either DTs manage to sneak in or move their way across the map, something along those lines. Dragoon's taking forward position. Attacking that poor Ursidon. Looks like they backed off. That's like the curse, right? No engagement. Nexus plopping behind this. So just using the DT to get some map control and apply some pressure. We do see the observatory warping in. Now this is the last component for Hoender, is where does the observer go? Does the observer move across mid-map? Does the observer stay in the base? And does the observer see the DT as it's moving across the map? Forge to provide detection from the opposite side just in case DTs were being built, because both players playing in the dark here. There's the cannon. So this is the critical thing. Where does the observer go? There's the observer being built. And unfortunately, the timing for Jess, it looks like what might happen. The other critical thing is if you have these Dragoons out, sometimes they can see the shimmer if they're really careful on the timing. Some really skilled players will see that shimmer moving their way across. Pylon there on the front. Dragoon still blocking the front door. And unfortunately for Jess, with that Dragoon blockading, Hoender expecting this, that observer is going to be right there, inviting the Dark Templar in even to get taken out. Still manages, how? 2, 3, still managed to get 3 probe kills. Still managed to get 3 probe kills. But now Hoender knows what he's up against. Plus, he can just move this observer with the Dragoons. If he has one at the front, the second observer should be able to go in and see all the tech that's going on Jess's side of the field. Jess is not out of this match yet, though. Needs to make sure that she's mining with that probe, though. Come on, lazy probes, get to work. Because she still has that natural expansion up. It's just now getting her second gateway. And also getting range upgrade. She's behind in tech. But if Hoender just sits back and doesn't do anything and gives her opportunities to sneak back in this match, she can sneak back in. Reaver's being built. Support bay's there. She's going to have to deal with a sizable Reaver pressure, honestly, I think. We're going to see a shuttle. Is there a shuttle already out? Might be a shuttle already out. We do see shuttle speed being upgraded, so I think we are going to see shuttles here from Hoender. And the thing is so Jess is going to have to do a defense with, and actually built a High Templar, trying to do everything at once. Have High Templar, have Psystorm to deal with a potential superior gateway unit count, which is in fact the case. Because Hoender has some options. He can go do back-end harass with the shuttle. He can just go for a front door attack against inferior numbers and some defensive cannons. There he needs to worry about Psystorm dodging a little bit. But I think if he just moves his staff, puts his Dragoons on the front door with that observer, and then just meanders out with the Reavers, he can wreak havoc back here. Because Jess doesn't seem to have the flat units to defend the front and deal with an attack from multiple directions. Second gas being established for both players. Up a little bit earlier for Jess. So I feel like Hoender, even though he's slightly behind in the probe count, is well ahead in the overall army count, and he has a sizable tech advantage. Second observer now there. And honestly, he can just start slow crawling with those Reavers while they're still building. You can see he's doing exactly that, moving forward to just kind of get that front door threat and do kind of a soft contain, and then from there, it's kind of, yeah, whatever he wants to do with Reavers. Level 1 weapons upgrading for Jess. Jess has managed to get some additional attack units out to kind of even up the supply count that way. So 78 versus 74. Psystorm could be the difference in this overall, though. This is an interesting build, I gotta say. Because actually, there's an opportunity here. If she catches Hoender not paying attention, just lands some incredible Psystorms with the Reavers out of position, that could be the match, too. And if she can catch, Psystorm and catch the observers on top of everything. It's a shuttle out on the front! Oh, no! Oh, Hoender losing the shuttle! That was huge! Another, beautiful Psystorms, does not catch the observer, but GG called otherwise because oh my goodness. Jess! Jess! Wow! I like it. I like it. So game 2, going to Jess. And we will move on from there. Large oof. I don't think I've seen this before. I don't think I've seen the follow-up. I like that. The follow-up Psystorm build where, yeah, that's clever. That's really clever. And that is so rough for Hoender. So Jess will advance to the winner's bracket. We'll see Hoender in the loser's bracket. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for listening.